What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How are you doing?
So how is he doing? Resistance-free, pure positive energy, head out the window and not even noticing
Not just the head.
Not even
tongue waving in the air, spit flying everywhere. Absolutely.
Not even noticing the bugs in his eyes.
What bugs? Oh, Abraham, my name is Bo Pelzinski, or Bo Pelzinski, as my name tag would suggest. I'm 16 years old. I am a senior at Green Mountain High School. I love my life. Very connected to God and all of Abraham's teachings. And I am very good at attracting an abundance of what I want into my life. And I see the future as something beautiful, as God's divine plan, and as just something that is going to happen, and it's going to be great. And I guess my question for you is, and not that I separate myself from this, because I don't in any means, but how do I get more?
By not noticing that there is less. In other words, when you know there is more and you give your undivided attention to it, you go directly there. When you notice that there is more, and that's the thing that's just a little bit tricky, and it is a magnificent question that you're asking. The fact that you know there is more makes there a relative awareness of that which is less. And so it really is about turning toward the more. It's also about sort of keeping it to yourself, because there are so many who have all of these opinions about whether you should allow yourself more. In other words, the more you listen to people who are not understanding about this infinite flow, the more they will try to teach you and convince you about shortage. You are speaking the mantra of non-physical. The mantra of non-physical, the reason for physical birth is more opportunity to more exposure, more expansion of ideas and desires, more summoning of energy, and more creation. So in time, you will get such a sense of being in the flow of that the more will just be this natural expectation. And an expectation is such a powerful thing, isn't it? Because an expectation is really what my vibration is. And whatever my vibration is, law of attraction is matching. So when you say, how do I get more? We know you don't mean more disease or more debt. You mean specifically more abundance, more well-being, more of the things that I want. And so the way you get that is by giving your undivided attention to that.
To purely the good stuff, and that's it.
Well, you know, it's really worth not calling any of it bad.
Well, that's exactly my thought as well. You look at anything. You can look at that coffee cup. You can look at that computer. You can look at absolutely anything in the world, and you can see that there's good stuff and there's bad stuff about it. You know, you can say, I don't like the color of that, or that square is in the wrong place or something. Or you can say, wow, look at the intricate designs. Look at how long somebody had to work to make this a beautiful thing. And in every single part of your life, you have to be able to look at the good things.
And in your sensitivity to vibration, you catch yourself early on. In other words, someone might say, oh, well, what's the big deal? I like that and I don't like that. In other words, it doesn't feel so significant. But when you're sensitive enough to feel the benefit of looking for what you do like and the detriment of looking at what you don't like, then what happens is you just stay in that stream. And you become one whose life unfolds so magnificently that those who stand back, that are not privy to what you know about the law and aren't privy to the attitude that you deliberately conjure, they would think that something freakish is happening, that all good things come to you while others seem deprived of it. And they might even make efforts to take from you your abundance and spread it out among the masses, only to discover that 10 years later your abundance is back and their abundance is gone.
Well, I always visualize good abundance for everybody, not only for me, but everyone around me. In fact, I personally care more about other people than I do for myself because I feel, I'm already set. I've figured out everything that I need to figure out at a young age. And don't get me wrong. I still have a lot more to learn, and I have a lot more to experience. But I've figured out what I need to do to keep things positive and keep things good in my life. And, I think about perplexities and theories and philosophies all the time. Like, for instance, I don't believe that there's luck. I think that luck is an illusion of your connection to source. Well, let's just say there's some guy that's 100% connected to source, and somebody says, wow, look how lucky he is. Look at how much he gets. Well, it's because he creates it for himself. Whereas if, he wasn't connected to source and some bad stuff comes in, they're like, well, not everything good comes to him. Well, isn't that luck?
Well, we would say someone 100% of the time connected to source is really lucky.
There you go.
And what we mean by that is, and what you mean by it also, is that there is no chance.
None at all.
Arbitrary things don't happen. Only things responding to vibration happen. And since you are in control of that, there is no chance. It is all under your control. And when you know that, oh, how joyful you are.
It's true.
Yes, indeed.
So true. Well, I'd like to thank you and thank everybody in this room. I entered this room and I could just feel positive energy from every single person in here. And I appreciate it. And thank you very much.
We want to give you a little piece of something. We want to say to you that in your acknowledgement that you've got it figured out, and you do, and that you care more about others than you do about yourself, we want to say to you that you have to, and you always will, have this selfish desire to feel good if you are of any value to the others. And it is that selfish perspective of self that will cause you to guide your thoughts about those others that you care about into a place of alignment. So it's not possible to be selfless.
Well, I hope that my good selfishness makes everybody in the room feel better. Thank you.
That's how you all felt when you first got here.
All right.
And that's how you would continue to feel if someone wasn't trying to get you to do otherwise. In other words, that is an example of pure positive energy. He sneaked in. He's underage. Because when you know what he knows, rules do not apply.